Welcome everyone, I am Mr. Knots, and this is Mr. Dr. Poi Spinner, brilliant god, ethereal being, creature of the night,
handsome.
This is Dr. Koa. He's a chiropractor.
We're gonna talk about body health in that today. That's the part of the fundamentals.
It's very important.
It's very important to care about your body health. I'm actually terrible about my body health, and it's being completely dilapidated. This man has worked on me and helped me not be in pain. Thank you, sir. I really appreciate that. You know, this is just such an important lesson. Honestly, I'm not even qualified to talk about it. The fact that I'm the person saying all of these words is a crime that I have a guest on my show. You know, Adam, his name's Adam also. It's Dr. Koa, it's Mr. Knots, Dr. Koa, Adam Lucas.
We're all playing roles here, right?
Doctor, do you have anything to say?
Yeah, I do. I have a lot to say about the topic.
Excellent. Well, on to the topic. And we're gonna cut. And so, bye, everyone. Yeah. Woo! Wow, we did that with the sunglasses.
Yeah, no, it was like...
Yo, that's the real skill, everyone. You're gonna learn how to...
High five in the dark.
Woo! Oh, we're here now. Wow.
I'm gonna go ahead and teach you a little bit of vital, important things to do before flowing. And the first thing is really making sure that we have a nice warm-up for something that help our mobility, especially in our shoulders, because they move around a lot when we spin our props and spin our things.
We gotta get warm. We gotta get cozy here. It's turning into Halloween season, right?
Getting there.
We're getting there. It's getting cold.
Got some bones on.
Gotta get some bones going.
What's the first bone we're getting going?
So go ahead. I like starting this with both poi. Let's go ahead and stretch all the way out, maybe getting a little bit of
I'm gonna do it at this. We have two angles here.
Being able to really feel the tension going between our shoulders all the way out to our arms. And then slowly we're gonna start bringing our left arm and start going up, and bringing our right arm start going down, but also rotating our torso towards the side.
Stop video. I got a call from the upper management and they said that stretching isn't exactly exciting enough. So this is me now transitioning to also doing one trick that you can do that I can teach you while also doing the whole stretch thing at the same time. This way we can learn a little trick that also helps us stretch our bodies, and I'll get my family back from upper management. One of the best things you could do for warming up and making sure your arms aren't gonna be all figuratively f***ed up at the end of your poi spinning is just doing slow arm rotations. Ow, I don't do this enough, oh my god. So when you're doing those, you can also do little pendulums. So now pendulum might seem like a little easy trick because you're kind of just doing it back and forth. But when you're doing this trick, it's actually going to help you figure out how to extend it in a way where they're not going back and forth at the wrong speed and they're not getting all hit and stuff. So this is actually going to help you clean up your planes and control your pendulums, which is going to help with a lot of different kinds of tricks later on. This is going to help you learn like anti-spins versus pendulums, 1.5s, and a bunch of different pendulum variation tricks that you'll end up learning in time. So stretch, and back to Lucas and Adam with the fun stuff. Now you know a trick, and now I get my family back, right?
We're trying to get some nice slow motion into our shoulders before we start doing some rapid spinning and twisting, because we need to lubricate those joints before getting some real irregular motions going in there.
If there's a numerically significant amount, number 2 out of the numerically significant amount.
So number 2 after the numerically insignificant amount, to go ahead and keep in mind what we're doing when we're spinning, as far as what muscles we're contracting, what kind of posture we're having. People have different spinning styles depending on whether they like spinning in front of them or whether they like spinning on the sides of them more, maybe even doing more 3D things. Regardless, people have a tendency to bring their shoulders a little bit more forward, and this isn't only in spinning, this is in everyday society. Keeping in mind our posture and keeping our shoulders back when we're trying to spin, you know, in these wall planes, or when we're trying to spin on these side areas. It'll help recruit certain muscles. It'll help our posture overall. so that we can continue spinning in the long run versus, you know, nailing those tricks that make us contort our bodies in weird ways, which look really cool, but aren't able to fuel us for the long term.
I literally have hurt myself from doing not enough of this. If you're at the beginner stage and you're watching this fundamental series trying to learn, like actually try to like create the habits. Making sure you're doing it as a practice is part of making sure that you're actually healthy versus just knowing it and doing it every once in a while. Me, bad, pain, hurts. Don't be me.
So the big idea in step number 2, or hint number 2, is bringing our shoulders a little bit more back when we're spinning so that we're not always hunching forward and developing what's known as, you know, this forward flexion posture.
Oh, whoa, a new place.
Huh, how we end up here?
Wow.
Regardless, we got tip number 3, hot, fresh, out in the
nature.
Yeah. Next one is gonna target the area between our neck and our shoulders, which is an area that people often tend to store a little bit of tension when they're spinning. We're gonna go ahead and get our arms and bring them down a little bit from 180. Going to bend our neck to one side, and we're gonna go ahead and start feeling that tension on the side of our neck, and then we're gonna go ahead and look down while maintaining that lateral flexion. Is what we call it.
My God.
We should feel a little bit of that stretch just going on from our, again, from, you know, the front of our neck down into our shoulder, which is really our upper trapezius in a combination of our elevator scap. We're gonna hold that for about 5 seconds. Go ahead, go back to neutral, and give the other side some love as well. It's really cool to feel tension, you know, one side versus the other. If the right is a little bit more tight than the left, it kind of shows, you know, which areas of your body you're using a little bit more when you're spinning. One last one that I wanted to give off to you guys. Just
4?
4, tip number 4.
Number 4
is just a nice, healthy, full spine mobility exercise. This is gonna have us being on the floor and working on the floor. So go ahead, you're gonna get on your hands and on your knees. You're gonna make sure your hands are right underneath your shoulders and your knees are underneath your hips as much as you can. Hips and shoulder width apart. And you're gonna go This is called the cat and camel. We're gonna get into this tabletop position, and you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna try to tuck your chin as much as you can and round out your mid back and really try to tuck in your glutes as much as you can. Trying to get your mid-back to touch the ceiling under sky and your chin to touch your chest. You're gonna hold that for about 2 to 3 seconds. You're gonna slowly go back into tabletop, and then you're gonna slowly round out the rest of your back while you're trying to look up at the sky, really trying to get your butt up in the air, really trying to get your belly button touching down to the floor. Hold that again for 2 to 3 seconds. You go ahead and relax. You're gonna do that cycle about 5 times. This is really great either before or after doing your flow arts session or your flow arts kind of jamboree.
Jamboree.
If your spine isn't moving right and you're trying to flow, you're gonna know, you know, some areas of rotation.
Is that the last one you wanted to do?
Yeah. I was thinking about...
If we did a 5th one, we could make a thing out of it. That's the significant number.
So it wasn't number 3 or number 4.
No.
Well, 4's not significant.
4, this is 4, come on. Let us know in the comments, everybody. And while you're down there, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, while you're letting us know about that, let us know what other tutorials you want to see. Do you want to see Dr. Adam come back here and do a little bit more health? Because there's obviously a lot more health to be had. So, thank you, everyone. All right.
Last one is kind of similar to what we were doing with the neck one, but it's more so going to target our chest. So you're going to get an area where you can go ahead and spread out your legs a little bit, and you can spread out your arms as well. You're going to go ahead and lean back just a little bit. You're going to start leaning a little bit back, and you're going to start feeling, you know, the poi and the heaviness in your chest, and starting to feel just a little bit of tension going on in the front. But, you know, if you do find issues being able to bend back completely, being able to widen out your hips a little bit more to give you a little bit more stability, bend down, and then being able to go back will help just get that stretch again. This is a little bit more ideal if you have an area where you can lie down and let your arms relax, maybe like a bench or something.
Yeah.
But if you only got your poi and you're out in the desert,
yeah,
like us.
Yeah, if you're out at the caves in the middle of the desert, because this is the best place we could be shooting this.
And there was one thing I wanted to do, but it's a body scan before you flow. Kind of, it's a little like bit of meditative.
Okay. 5 is the significant number, and this next one's a bonus step. We're gonna hop into the next one. Whee!
So bonus tip, or tip number 6.
No, bonus tip. We can't give it a number.
Number
6. Or
If you ever, start flowing and you're enjoying your session and then things aren't landing, you just can't get into it, you're just frustrated with yourself, sometimes that's because we're not able to really get into that flow state. So being able to take a second to think about our whole body and doing what's known as a body scan is pretty helpful, especially in times of those frustrations where you're filled with emotion and you need an outlet. You're gonna get into a comfortable pose. You're gonna, whether it be sitting, lying down, you're gonna go ahead and close your eyes. You're gonna go ahead and start taking some deep breaths for me. You're gonna go ahead and continue taking some deep breaths. You're gonna notice as you take a big breath in, the expansion of your rib cage. You're gonna feel your lungs completely filled with air. You're gonna hold that for about a second. Go ahead and exhale completely out, letting your diaphragm completely relax, feeling all the air escape from your body. We're gonna start bringing some awareness to our feet. We're gonna start feeling how they are, how they're doing. We walk on them throughout the whole day. We don't often check in on them. You're gonna go ahead and start traveling up a little bit to your ankle. Once you start noticing it's related to how your foot feels. You're gonna go ahead and you're gonna feel all the way up your calf muscles and into your knees. Do they feel achy? They need a little bit more motion and movement. Then you're gonna go ahead and travel up your hamstrings, your thighs. You're gonna go ahead and start traveling up your low back. Start feeling that tension.
Ow, literally the second we started there, I felt pain.
You're gonna start noticing if that pain is more so located towards the midline or if it's on the sides. You're gonna start traveling up, just taking awareness, acknowledging the pain that's in there or the discomfort. You're gonna start traveling up your mid-back between your shoulder blades. You're gonna see if that area feels either tight or loose. And you're gonna go ahead and start traveling up into your neck, seeing if there's any muscle tension, if you're feeling any types of pain, either from the left side or the right side. And we're gonna go ahead and go down a little bit to our shoulders. We're just gonna check in there. Letting our breath really completely fill up, understanding all the sensory input that we're getting from our shoulders, just resting there, not in any motion. We're gonna take that into acknowledgement, into awareness. We're gonna go down into our elbows. Lastly, we're gonna go into our hands. We use our hands very often in very repetitive things, yet we don't take the time to stretch. And we're gonna go ahead and return to our breath, being able to feel our diaphragm filling up with air, holding it that second, and going ahead and exhaling. And whenever you're ready, you're gonna go ahead and you're gonna open your eyes. It's gonna be really bright, and you're going to just take in all that sensory input and see how that affects your flow. See if you're able to notice more areas of pain or discomfort or even immobility, and being able to add those areas into your exercise routine.
That felt fantastic. That is a very good lesson on mindfulness. This whole thing probably takes not even 10 minutes to do beginning to end with all the stretches and the mindfulness check, right? 10, 15 minutes.
Yep.
You guys could do this at the beginning of every session that you do for flow. It's gonna make your body and mind so much happier in the long run. It's gonna be great for your endurance and sustainability as just like a living human being, as well as a poi spinner and artist. And thank you so much for being here and doing this with me, dude. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Everybody leave Dr. Koa some love in the comments. He actually is a licensed chiropractor. I'll leave the information to where you can find him in the links in the description. Thank you, UltraPoi, for letting us do this, and stay tuned for the next UltraPoi tutorial series that I'll be doing, that Adam won't be here for, but I will. Any parting words of wisdom, sir?
Keep moving your bodies. Pain is really your body trying to tell you a lesson about how you're using it, and make sure to do some stretches, to do some, at-home exercises before just flailing yourself into the flow arts.
Thanks, everyone. Again, thank you. God, how do you do outros? Peace. Subscribe to the channel. Leave comments. Leave comments with what other tutorials you want to see, and leave us some love. Peace. Peace, everyone. Thanks so much.